I like them apples.
We made the graphic.
After 6 years of bitching, it finally got done.
Right. Dude, I went looking for headshots on Bernie. He's got a lot of really shitty headshots. I actually had to take a screenshot from this to get him to put in there.
This looks better. Mine, I'm like, I'm trying to impersonate Elvis or something.
What's going on, guys? This freaking Monday morning, hanging out as crazy as always. I know, Bernie, you did a little hunting this weekend. Did you get anything?
Yeah, just got back from the woods. So I bagged a small doe, a little bit of meat for the freezer. My brother got 2 8-points. So I was super jealous of that. And my stepdad got an 8-point and a coyote.
Oh, wow. Cheers to the coyote.
Yeah, nice. Really cool. Really cool.
No, the doe that you got, it was real. It wasn't out of someone's front yard.
No, it was real. Yeah, gutted it myself and everything. Yeah.
You sure?
I gutted it myself. I pulled the plastic panel off. I mean,
kept it up.
Oh my gosh, Lord. So Keith and I freaking stayed up all night smoking a hog and processing, going through all that. We've just realized that we've had so we got these pigs from a neighbor and they're just the wrong type of hogs. So we're raising
Good news is we finally got the fire pit and the process down perfect.
Yeah.
The quality of the pig, not so much yet.
Yeah. But the sides were amazing. I mean,
oh yeah, killer side dishes. That was worth 36 hours of work.
Yeah. Oh, all I know is we were gonna put the hog on at 4 o'clock in the morning, and so I took my RV over and I'm sleeping in the RV. And the deal was we were gonna get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and throw the hog on. Well, I knew we were gonna start the fire at midnight, so I just started drinking beer because I knew if I drank beer I'd be fine. But once 11:30 got there, I poured a glass of freaking vodka and said, "All right, good night." And 4 o'clock came, then 5 o'clock came, and both of them were knocking on my trailer.
Then 5:30 came. And then someone came out and helped for 20 minutes and went back to bed.
And then somebody proceeded to set the entire pit on fire. So
tradition.
Right. Tradition for sure. Hey, morning, Adam. Thanks for hanging out, brother. So, but it was a good weekend. I'm tired from the weekend, and now we start. How many Thanksgivings everybody have? I know we've got 2.
I've got 2.
We've got
First
2
one on Tuesday, second one on Thursday.
Actually,
we have 2 on the same day.
Oh,
yes.
We've got 3. Yeah. I forgot. We got 3. We've got Tuesday, then Wednesday we're doing a Friendsgiving, and then
you guys got the middle.
Yeah, wow. Second one. So I'm gonna be freaking tired through this process, and I'm gonna end up looking like Keith, and that's gonna be tragic by the time it's all said and done.
Congratulations! It's only taken you 46 years to get this handsome.
Keith, you want to introduce your guest?
I guess so. But back to back, we have somebody coming from the East Coast again this week. So reached out to my friend, and she was at the Badass Business Summit with us. Made a big impact on her time on stage that she got, and is also starting a new group for us. So good morning and welcome to Nicole Bernardo.
Nicole.
Hey.
Hi, honey. How the heck are you? Good. I'm just looking forward to everybody hearing the accents. I mean, because Stevie's accent is so bad. I mean, what's the weather like up there, Nicole?
It's 35 degrees this morning.
Keep that there, would you?
Oh, look, you got fans already, Nicole.
She's got more fans. Julie doesn't even say hi to us, so she says hi to Nicole.
Julie doesn't like us. She sees us way too much throughout the week to give a shit about us.
Yeah, Julie's sick of y'all already, and that didn't take very long. Let's just be real.
That's funny.
Like, she sees us too much, and Bernie's wearing the wrong hat, so she's like, "Fuck you guys, I'll hang out with him."
This should be it. Let's see what happens.
Oh
no. I'm not okay with whatever is about to happen.
I'm trying to get it.
I just it's okay. You can't
I'd say we have technical issues, but it's Donnie. It's always technical issues.
There we go.
We're done.
All right.
I'd
Here we
just like to
go.
note that in Asana it says World Rumble. I thought we were
It does.
Yeah,
world
does it?
history.
Yes. Who put me in charge of stuff? Right?
You
Nicole, just
put you
so
in
you know,
charge.
because you're the guest, we're not going to just let you win. So you better try hard.
Right. So this will everybody get to play. I will present a word or phrase. This word or phrase could be even a famous quote. You're going to get 5 seconds. There'll be a timer on the screen that counts down 5 seconds. At the 5 second mark, you got to use that phrase, quote, in a sentence or a story. The best sentence or story wins. And the goal is to make me laugh, make it witty, make it funny. And this is all about.
You don't get it.
Right. And negative 100 points for House Stevie Don.
And if you want to make Donnie laugh, just hold up a mirror.
Oh. And you've been voted off the island.
I got the first point.
So here we go. Nicole, since you are a guest, you get to pick category and the number. Where are we starting?
I'm going to say famous lyrics for $200.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. Oops. Oh, no shit. I picked the wrong damn game. Ha, hold on.
I'm going to say, I thought this is like Jeopardy.
I was going to say Journey. Don't stop moving, but you know.
Everybody talks amongst yourselves.
I had the total wrong game up.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Same rules?
Same rules.
Okay.
All right, now, Nicole, you get to pick one.
Monday.
All right, so just so I'm clear, I'm going to pick something, and in 5 seconds, who gets to use it as a...
Everybody gets to go. Freaking, I don't care if you yell out, step on each other, but freaking, whoever gets the best response wins.
You're gonna go. You better speak loud.
All right.
What do you want to start?
I'll do business jargon for 100.
So you must use the word synergy in a story or a sentence. Countdown
Bernie
starts.
went hunting together this weekend and shot a plastic deer, which was synergistic with his neighbor.
Bernie shot a plastic deer, which is synergistic with his neighbor. Anybody else got a response? You can chance. Come at it.
So
Bernie just texted me and he said his synergy bill was too expensive this month.
Oh my God. So I want to say there's a lot of synergy with me and the entire Success Champion Network. I know that that's not funny, but it's true. So
it's something you said. It wasn't funny or funny.
She's just sucking up. Do not give her points for that.
10,000 points goes to Nicole.
Trying to use the word.
Logan has the best answer.
Exactly.
Oh, I missed it. Hold on. What's Logan say? Synergy of the panel. Look at this. Look at this.
Nice.
Together.
I like it.
Aww.
All right.
Gosh.
Keith,
waking up for this game.
I gotta go funny sayings for 100.
Funny sayings for 100. When pigs fly. Use when pigs fly in a statement or a story.
Donnie will eat at the Oyster House in Boston when pigs fly.
Yeah, that's for sure. Never again.
Donnie will have his shit together on this morning show when pigs fly.
When pigs fly. Donnie will find a Canva intro he does not want to use.
When pigs fly.
Yeah.
Right.
Bernie will get an 8 point.
Oh man, when pigs fly. Yeah.
Bernie will learn not to be a real hunter and shoot a buck and not a doe when pigs fly.
Donnie will stop cussing.
When pigs fly. Yeah.
All right, Julie gets points.
That's awesome. All right. Stevie, pick around.
I hate to, but she said what for 200?
I'm gonna have fun with this.
Oh, jeez.
There's no place like home in Wizard Island. We took it easy. You should have
Okay.
seen some
I really
responses.
thought
I'm
that
like,
was going a different
oh
direction.
my God, I can't say that. So there's no place like home. In a statement, phrase, story.
When Keith got to the farm, he said, "There's no place like home."
Every time I'm around Keith, that's all I say is there's no place like home because I want to go back to wherever he's not.
When we were in Hazlet, Texas, and Leela Smith heard gunshots and called me, she said, "No place like home."
Right. That's a real story too.
That's a real thing.
They had to call, and they were like, they're like, it's no problem. There's a gun range next door. Yeah. Right, which is typical Texas.
I'm like, you should have put that in the Airbnb notes for the people in Massachusetts. When they hear gunshots, they duck.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, okay.
Oops. All right, pick another one, Nicole.
Funny sayings.
Barking up the wrong tree. Use barking up the wrong tree in a statement or saying. Every time I get a pitch slap, you're barking up the wrong fucking tree.
If my boss thinks I'm going to go back and work with him, he's barking up the wrong fucking tree. How's that?
There you go. I'll
Every
have
time you're in the audience for this show and you think we're going to be funny, you're barking up the wrong tree.
Oops.
Mike McQuillan.
Funny saying for 500. Actions speak louder than words. Use it in a phrase, statement, story, or funny something.
It's a good thing that actions speak louder than words. Otherwise, we'd never know what Donnie's saying.
Wow. How did I become the target of this?
You started the game.
Actions don't speak louder than words, asked Julie on the very first time she met Donnie.
Dude. I wish I could bring Julie on screen. Literally, Julie gets on screen. She goes, your brother's got a message for you. And she goes,
yeah.
Amazing.
Well, this is a good one. Actions speak louder than words when, you know, there's a fought in church. How's that?
True.
Nicole wins again.
Wow. She said what? Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Use it in a phrase, statement, or sentence, funny story.
Well, that's just what Donnie says to me on basically a daily basis.
Yes, this
I
is
know. Multiple times a day.
I really just don't give a shit.
So I told my husband that, you know, the turkey fry is on fire. And he said, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
That a girl.
Yeah.
So, last one, elevator pitch in a statement, phrase, saying, or funny jargon.
I think an elevator pitch is just like Viagra. They're both just going up.
Oh, that was very interesting.
She said very
interesting. It was very interesting.
I think I paused the visual.
I think that's the southern equivalent to that's the southern equivalent to bless your heart.
I got all in my head on that one. No pun intended.
I got all in my head.
This
would be perfect. Now I get to interview her. Oh, that was interesting.
Bless your heart.
What else is going on? It's a little trail, you know.
My goodness.
Well, that woke me up. Okay, we're here now.
Holy
cow! Something to do with that vibrator story from last week, right?
We're back to the keychain.
Yeah. People are listening and watching.
Right. Right. That's the kind of the unfortunate but funny side of things. Is we got to remember all this.
There you go.
It's a pen, but I have someone.
Whoa.
Wow.
Thank you for clarifying.
Thank you for stating that.
I thought you said hit the button on the bottom and.
Stevie, we know what's going on here.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Go ahead, Donnie. Let's do this interview.
Yeah, Nicole.
Get off.
This is another side of Nicole Bernardo that you haven't seen.
Oh
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Bring it.
Mercy day. Nicole, take 2 seconds and introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, blah, blah, blah. Go.
So my name is Nicole Bernardo. I am the president of Cornerstone Virtual Partners. We free business owners up and handle all of the back office administrative support so they can focus on their business.
Nice. She's also launching a brand new chapter for us, the Tenacious Titans, freaking B2B group, following in Bernie's footsteps to create some cool badassery. Oh, um, for me, watching your story unfold, I seriously have been very, very cool. I mean, you were quickly becoming one of the greatest students of SCN, of Champions Table, how fast your business is growing. Take 2 seconds, just tell them how you ended up in business, because it's kind of a fascinating story of how you went working from somebody to creating your own company.
So I was bored, hit the glass ceiling, at my last employer, and I decided to go looking for a job, and I found a job that I was going to go grab and hope to get. Was like a really big opportunity. And so at the time, it was a pretty competitive market. I wanted to get letters of recommendation in addition to my resume. So I asked one of the reps that I worked with for a letter of recommendation. And the next day he said, I lost sleep. He's like, I can't lose you. He's like, what if I were to hire you full time and you were to work for me? And whatever they were going to pay you at the next place, I'll pay you. So that's how I ended up leaving and going into my own business, and started out as a sole proprietorship.
It's pretty crazy. And you've only been doing this, what, like a year and a half now? Almost 2 years?
I've been doing it for 3 years.
3 years. Okay. I knew it was fine. That's wild.
Yeah.
To have that quick of a trajectory and fast of a pace. Not many people can move that fast and adapt in a situation like you've adapted in. So, what was your favorite thing about the Champion Summit? Because that was a lot of fun being there.
Being up on stage, having that opportunity to get that 6 minutes and go up against the best like Bernie. I mean, that was like, it was so surreal, but it was real at the same time. Like I got to put it all out there and hope for the best.
It was a lot of fun. And let's be honest, Bernie only won because he told a sad sob story.
Yeah.
We're actually writing a rule in this year that you're not allowed to.
If Nicole can grab a big old mustache, you might have a shot next year.
Bernie, us Portuguese girls have the mustache. We have to use like the feet to get rid of it. So listen, hold on to that and take it. It's yours. You can have it.
I will. Thank you.
I think my favorite part of the portion of the summit
sorry.
was y'all disappointing freaking Zach and watching him cry when Atlanta lost.
Yeah.
That was the absolute. Anytime Zach cries, it's the best. So Nicole, I got a question for you real quick. Why do people in Massachusetts do not believe the R exists in the alphabet?
Oh, that's funny. I put it on shit that doesn't even have an R. I do. Terrible. I catch myself doing it. And after a glass of wine, you should hear me and my sister talking. Oh my God. It's like two girls from New York City. I don't know where the New York comes from.
And why do people think Massachusetts drivers are bad drivers? Those are some of
They
the
are.
terrible.
Because they
They're
are.
terrible.
Oh, they were some of
Everybody's
the
in a
friendliest
hurry.
freaking
They're
drivers.
just nice to Donnie and I.
Yeah, that's Texas plates. I have no idea. Like something.
Oh, we were in Massachusetts car. We were both in Mass cars. Oh,
Yeah, they came back and were talking about how nice the drivers were. I'm like, you guys just got lucky. Is all you
and
did.
everybody talked
I
about.
think they respected the royalty that they were
Red
around.
carpet.
Oh my God.
The
They
Messiah
were
prophet
coming,
was out.
and they were like, "Get out of the way."
He's
I thought
coming.
it was great.
Yeah.
The brigade.
You guys have
The
the
Messiah?
flags?
Brigade.
Did you guys have the flags on your rental car with the Queen and Queen are coming?
The Queen.
No, but oh my gosh, can we make that happen for Summit, please?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Yes, we can.
No.
We'll
And,
get both of you a tiara.
I only finally met one masshole finally, and it was the hostess of one of the other shitty restaurants we had in Massachusetts. I walk in, she goes, "Is the table for two?" And I'm like, "Yep." She just walked away. And I'm like, "Are we supposed to follow her?"
You're supposed to follow her, yeah.
Right.
I know.
Usually if you go to a bar in Boston, right, the female bartenders especially, they're like, "What are you having? What do you want?" Right? And then you tell them what you want, and they just turn around. They don't say, "Okay, I got you. It'll be just a minute." No, they just turn around and they're gone for 10 minutes. Then they come back with your drink in 10 minutes. They didn't forget about you, but they're never going to tell you, "I'll be back in a minute. Give me just a second." No.
Right, no.
It's
Well,
just
I was behind the
done.
bar. You'd get all that in a bag of chips. I used to bartend in an Irish pub, and to be honest with you, if you guys ever come back to this way, you have to go to the Irish pub, St. James Irish Pub. It's amazing. It's the coldest beer in the city. And we had dinner at the Cove too, and that lobster was unbelievable. I mean, it was just off the hook. So you really don't have to go to Boston. It's nice to go visit Boston. Faneuil Hall's probably one of the best places you can get like a shit ton of seafood for like $5.
Faneuil Hall is good.
But those places we mentioned are the hot spots. Those are the touristy places that everybody says they go check out, and they think it's wonderful, but it really isn't.
Yeah, no, all the places that we were recommended to go were shit. I mean, they were some of the worst clam chowder I've ever had in my life. Yeah.
Very touristy down there, yeah.
But even down in Salem, though, I had the best hot dog I've ever had in my life at the Boston Hot Dog Company. It was freaking amazing. And it was a stand-up only, restaurant. So
motherfucker goes to Boston and says, I had the best hot dog ever.
Dude, I tried the seafood. I tried. They can keep it.
Well, hopefully you'll do better in Baltimore.
Yep.
Yeah, Baltimore. That would be amazing if you get one of those. Is it crawfish that they have?
No, the crab cakes.
Crab cakes.
Crab cakes, but they also have I don't know. I have family in Baltimore, so I'm gonna have to ask. But there's like this. They do a steam.
Oh, a crawfish boil.
Yes, that's it. And that's supposedly amazing. You got to hook up with the people from that area who know the authentic cooking, and that's where you need to hang out.
But if I'm gonna go do crawfish, I'm heading down to Louisiana.
For sure.
I go to Baltimore for the oysters because Thames Street Oyster House, in my opinion, is the best restaurant on the fucking planet. Just an amazing. So we'll be in
hot dogs.
Oh, hot dogs are amazing. No. But we'll be in Bethesda for that one, and we're gonna drive into Baltimore just to go to Thames Street Oyster House.
Nice.
And then right around the corner from there, there's a Grand Marnier bar, and it's the coolest thing is you go in and you rent a locker, and you get a bottle of Grand Marnier, and people fly in from all over the world to come there so they can sip on their own bottle. You can order flights of Grand Marnier and everything. What are you throwing in the towel?
I don't have a white towel to throw in the towel. That one, fully green. Oh, and I can find it's green. I can't do Grand Marnier. I did it last time I did it. I ended up in the passenger seat of your truck. 85 miles an hour down the freeway.
The back seat of his truck, but I also had a negative experience with Grand Marnier and what was the other one? Zambuca. Yeah.
Oh, I won't do Zambuca.
Yeah, it doesn't come back too good,
Yeah, no. I recently did absinthe, so that was fun at one of the Renaissance Fair. That shit was strong as fuck, but it worked. No, but it was a damn good time. So awesome. She gave me hell because it only said Donnie Teach, so I decided to change the slide up a little bit, so we got to a better point.
I just felt like I was like a knife coming out. It's not the most exciting thing in the world. Okay.
It was aimed directly at you.
I know it was. That's fine. I understand.
With your head.
Personal branding is what we're teaching today. But I'm actually going to start off with, somebody doesn't know how to grow a personal brand when they have to grow a massive mustache to get people to talk to them.
But it works.
Bernie, have you insured that mustache?
Not yet, but I need to.
You need to. It's now part of it.
Truth, having a personal brand this day and age, there's almost nothing more important because literally what people are saying about you and you're not around when you're not in the room will have massive impact, not only on your life, but on your business as well. But a lot of people don't think about how do they actually show up and put a personal brand out there. Keith does dumb things like wears dolphin hats backwards and nobody gives a shit about the Dolphins, right? So it automatically gives him a negative personal brand every time he shows up.
I'm trying to make sure that my family of asshole brands goes worldwide.
So Stevie, where do you stand on personal branding?
Yeah, no, obviously, you can look at my background.
Wait, so hang on. So a dolphin doesn't work, but a fucking shark does?
Uh-oh.
A shark is cool. A dolphin is lame. They're the assholes of the ocean. Like, we don't need those.
They're the assholes of the ocean. So it makes fitting that Keith likes dolphins. It makes fitting, assholes unite.
Assholes. Asshole family, asshole of the ocean. I feel like, Keith, it's really a brand for you at that point.
We'll just play the theme song, I'm an asshole for Keith, and it'll just come full circle.
Right. And it's all going to take off and work when pigs fly.
Yeah, when
Wow.
pigs fly. There you go. There you go.
You're barking up the wrong tree, Keith.
Oh,
It's got a lot of
my
synergy.
dear,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
give a
kind of-
damn because I'm talking. So, for me, it's like the shark is definitely a part of it, and I've definitely made a thing out of the shark. But I will say I didn't pick that. I sometimes think people pick something for their personal brand and then like go after it. Like, this is what I want. And your personal brand is really what people remember about you. So for me, it was because I would tell these stories about sharks that people started saying, oh, so you're like the shark lady. Right. And then I started doing that more and making it more a part of my brand. But for years, it was not. Because
I honestly, the shark came later on because when you and I first met each other, the shark was nowhere in there.
Nowhere in there. And so, but it really came from other people. So I think sometimes we go about personal branding thinking it's whatever I want to put into the world. But in reality, it's whatever you've already put into the world that people are reflecting back. Right? It's whatever they're thinking. It's whatever they're remembering about you. And so, yes, you can control that by how you act and what you post and all the things. But at a certain point, personal branding truly is what they remember, whether it's what you wanted them to remember or not.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people go at that a little bit backwards.
No, I agree. I often looked at it in a guy you know really well, Stevie. Chuck Bellini is the first one who ever said this to me.
Yeah.
And Chuck said, marketing and advertising is what you say you do, but branding is what everybody else says you do when you're not in the room, right? And I've always loved that thought process because for me, it's all about what stories are being said when I'm not around.
Yeah.
And is that reflecting the message that I want to be reflected?
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I haven't always had the greatest stories talked about me when I wasn't in the room. But
hey, we both have asshole brands.
But I also think, right. So I think it's that piece, but then I think the second part of that especially if you're a business owner, one of the things I learned early on is people got to know what the fuck you do.
Yep.
Like, don't make it like clarity over cleverness. Do not make whatever you say about your business so clever that people can't actually understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh, dude, it's like the people that come up and they tell you what they do for a living, and you're like, I have no idea what the fuck. I have
no idea what you just said.
But they're proud of what they told you too, right? They're like,
oh yeah, they're so excited, right? Like, I mean, I'm gonna pick on coaches for a second. Okay, no offense to coaches, but like, I help people remove.
Do you know when you say no offense, you're going to be offensive?
I know.
Okay.
I'm okay with it. I'm just trying to be nice. Part of my brand, Donnie, is I'm not an asshole.
Oh. That's only because they don't know you.
True. Accurate. But, somebody will come up to me and be like, oh, I help people remove obstacles from their lives. Oh, okay. Like, do you mean you go into, like, do you pick up trees off the road? Removing an obstacle from my life. Is that what you're talking about? Like, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean? Like, people.
Dude, we should do it.
Stevie, my favorite one is when people say, I help people in transition. I'm like, when's your surgery?
Right. What kind of transition? What are we talking about?
Dude, we should do an entire segment where we read off people's LinkedIn header. Just what they say.
Let's do it. Oh, I've got a good one. Josh is offended.
Oh.
I feel like I'm second guessing I feel like I'm second guessing what I do, what I say. Like
in this group, you should.
Right?
You should, Nicole.
So.
Everybody second guesses everything around us.
So Josh Moeller, just in case you didn't know, if you've never seen the show before, that means we won.
Right.
Our goal is to offend you.
Right. So, but I think a lot of people come up with all those crazy things about how they introduce themselves because they don't know how to say what they do or they're embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
Right. You see this a lot with financial advisors as well. They come up with all these crazy ass terminologies. I help you keep more wealth management through the night or some crazy shit. And you're like, what the hell did you just say?
Well, and I think if we're talking personal brand, right? It's those, like you said, those stories people say when you're not around, those things if people don't know what you do, they're not talking about you when you're not around.
Right. Right.
So if you want people to be able to refer you and recommend you, they have to know what you actually do.
Bernie's got a
Bernie got
fan.
it.
That's so
Bernie got his
dumb.
first fan. Congratulations, buddy.
Hey,
Hey, it's only taken 100 shows, and Bernie finally had somebody tune in and watch.
I do have some friends, apparently, guys.
And for me, kind of the ultimate goal with personal branding is people bringing up your name in the right conversations, the right opportunities, right, in the right rooms. Because what you need to have happen is when somebody talks about your industry, your type of business, you need somebody to go, hey, oh my God, you need to talk
You
to.
got to
Well,
talk
nobody.
to this person.
Yeah, nobody ever say talk to Keith, but they would say, oh, you got to talk to Nicole.
Well, you want to learn how to be an asshole.
Right. And how to not dress, speak, and we can just continue down that list. But it's huge, and I think people, to your earlier point, Stevie, they either try and force a personal brand, and that comes a lot because they're being two people, being one person at work, one person at home, and those two people have never met. And I get it in some situations. If you're a salesperson, sometimes you have to work the role the company tells you to be.
For sure.
Which is unfortunate, but it's the rule of the corporate land. If you don't like it, get out of corporate, start a company, and then be miserable like the rest of us who are trying to freaking go 24 hours a day, 90 hours a week.
I want to just, if I can just say something. So one of the codes of champions, the champions codes is be your authentic self. And I'm so glad that is, because I was going to change, like go to see someone to clean up my vernacular to not speak like I normally do.
By the way, wait, Nicole. Donnie doesn't know what the word vernacular means.
Right, small word.
His like smoke started coming out of his ears because he didn't know what you were talking about. So
clean up my chatter, clean up my verbiage. My verbiage, my slang.
Yeah. Why are you cleaning up your chowder?
so like, and they're like, Nicole, but this is who you are. This is And like as soon as I came on, Keith was already starting with the R's, and I'm like, well, see, it's true. So I think that's what people remember me as, is because of how I talk.
Yeah.
True.
And I mean, there's a lot to that, because the things you say, how you say them, how you show up. And I've had more success over the years being the guy in a t-shirt and a ball cap talking like I talk than I haven't had in past years when I was trying to wear the uncomfortable monkey suits of corporate America. And trust me,
I first met Donnie when he was in those monkey suits. So
I have a pain in my vernacular.
That is the correct use of that word, by the way.
Use vernacular in a sentence.
Nice job, LinkedIn user.
Hey, it's the word of the day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, a great way to brand yourself, LinkedIn user.
there you go. Oh my gosh. No, I did meet Donnie in those monkey suits, and he was not himself. That is for sure.
Yeah.
This is real Donnie now.
For sure. For sure. It wasn't any fun. But I didn't know any better, right? When you work for somebody else, you kind of follow the corporate laws of the land.
Yeah.
So, but it's been fun trying to build a personal brand and put my message, my stories, my image, and those things out there. Thank God for this image, because it has helped tremendously. And that's why somebody like Keith struggles so much, because he's got that image. But it works really, really, really great.
I love how on the screen I'm in the middle of you two, because I feel like I'm in between like the two brothers, and I'm like the sister in the middle. Like I totally feel that right now.
Yeah, but you're the sister nobody ever wanted. I
know, but I'm the sister you get.
Don't you love how No, Nicole, that's his favorite thing. When someone starts to talk, he'll cut you off.
Oh, I wait for a moment for them to start talking just so I can chop them.
He's got a chalkboard over there where he's got points every time he does something.
I wish there was a way on screen that I could put points up, because I would definitely do that. So this week we're going to talk about your top 3 favorite books of all time and why they're your top books. So, which should be interesting, because I stopped reading. I just decided that as my business was in growth phase of business, that I didn't want any more influence, because all those books became some sort of shiny silver object for me. And as soon as I would read it, I'm like, that's what we need to do with the company. And then I'd be derailed and freaking off the rails. So I'm gonna have to reach back into some older books that I've read to pull mine to the front. But who wants to start us off? What's one of your top 3 favorite all-time books? Go, Nicole.
Nicole.
So the first one is The Girl's Guide to Starting Your Own Business by Caitlin Friedman and Kimberly Iorio. So when I was looking to grow my business and basically learn all those things that, I was never taught, this book was my salvation. It was something that I literally have it in front of me, and you can see all the things. And it really helped.
Notes.
Yeah. Notes. And it really helped to guide me through the process and get my mindset in order for what I should be doing next, because it gets to be overwhelming when you're a brand new entrepreneur. Yeah. And that was prior to Success Champions, by the way.
That's smart, though. I mean, it's a great title that tells you instantly why you should read the book in the first place. Very smart.
One of my favorites lately, I would say, because I'm like you, Donnie, I don't read as much as I used to. Built to Sell. It's an old book.
Yeah.
But it's all about building a business that you can sell to somebody else instead of building a business that just ends when you die. And I really like that idea of legacy and leaving something to the world and all of that. And it was really helpful in our newest business. We built that one based off the model of Built to Sell, and it was very different and definitely had to change some things, but I learned a lot from it. And I think that our business will be sellable because we did the things in that book. So I think that one was a really good one for me. But that being said, like Nicole reading hers, like before, when she was first starting and all that, I think if I had read Built to Sell at the beginning, it would not have worked, because I don't think I knew enough about business. Right. So I'm really glad that I am reading, like read it later, so that I can actually use it.
So probably mine was actually Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey.
Nice.
Dude, that's a freaking phenomenal read. It's even better to listen on audiobook because Matthew narrates the whole thing for us. And me and Elizabeth listened to that on a car ride, so which is fun. Way to do car trips anymore is to listen to a cool audiobook. But Matthew, when you hear his story, McConaughey, it's just like you picture him in the movies. He's very much that philosophical hippie that freaking could just sit back and crack a cold beer with, and the book tells a really cool, kind of background and story. So highly recommend that one.
Does he say all right at any point?
He actually tells the origin of it and walks through it. And what's funny is it was an actual acting thing. So it was meant you're set and ready to go. So it was like lights, all right, cameras, all right, let's go. All right. So when he walked up and they said action, he just said, all right, all right, all right. It was just part of his thing. And he never had planned on that thing taking off. But he'll tell you in the book that phrase completely shaped the rest of his acting career and life and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I love about high school women? I get older and they all stay the same age. That's his other famous line out of that damn movie. So.
Yeah, I think I agree. The audiobooks have completely changed my life. Every time I get in a car now and listen to audiobooks. But 12, 13 years ago, I found a book on accident called Unbroken.
Oh, dude,
Laura Hillenbrand. And do me a favor and do not watch the movie. They only cover about 15% in the movie of what's actually in the book. But at the end of the book, you're going to be looking back, and the fact that one person can go through that so much and be put to the test so often and come out on the other side is absolutely ridiculous. The people he meets throughout his life, the interactions with history of our country, and how he actually is part of it is absolutely amazing. So Unbroken is absolutely, it's a game changer. You'll love that book. I've read it 3 times now and have not listened to it on audiobook yet, but
freaking
do that one.
Another book for me that was really good is I can see.
You, Donnie.
I know. I'm trying to think of his damn name. It's Jocko
Come on,
Willink and Leif Babbitt.
Use the right vernacular.
Freaking
Ah!
complete ownership.
Total.
No.
The
ownership book but it
extreme ownership.
I knew it was a word in there. So, Extreme Ownership was a great book for me because it was the first time I even understood the concept of taking responsibility for everything. And they do it in a very, very cool way because they're actually walking you through a lot of their military battles in Normandy, which is one of the freaking deadliest and most dirtiest battles we've been in recent years. But it was pretty gnarly. And freaking, I really enjoyed that book. And it's had a huge impact on everything I do anymore. So, and then if you guys haven't read Relentless by Tim Grover, God, that book. So Tim Grover was one of Michael Jordan's trainers. And he's the one who trained Michael Jordan back into the game.
There it is.
He's one of the people that come out and say LeBron James will never be basically a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. But that book, holy hell, you'll realize how much you don't show up in life by reading that book.
Can we talk about also like books like we don't recommend to people? Like I get this one time.
I knew it's coming. I knew it was coming.
I recommend reading a book like this. It's take it off the list.
Is it a signed copy? Is it a signed copy?
No. If it was signed, it would lose value.
You know, one of the books I read within the past 3 or 4 months, it was a recommendation from Joe Marsisson, not Mazepan, Joe Marsisson. It was The Go-Giver, and it made me it related so much to Success Champions in that, especially when we do a virtual coffee, it's like, who can I connect you with? Who can I introduce you to? Like, it's all about the other person, not about them. But the book teaches you how it should be about the other person. But I just thought it was really cool, the similarities between the book and Success Champions. And it's so true. Like, you give, you give, you give, you get, you give, you give, you get. You know what I mean? Like, it's how it should be, I think.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Agreed. So while I was out hunting, I read this book, The Surrender Experiment. And I, like you, Donnie, have not done a whole lot of reading as of late. But Bob Russo recommended this book to me. And it's about this guy's journey through life. And instead of kind of fighting where life took him, he just leaned in and embraced everything. Every single time that his mind would start telling him, whoa, you don't want to do that, right? You get all that negative self chatter. But instead of listening to that chatter, he silenced it and leaned into whatever life was throwing at him. And it was really, really a great book. I myself have been accused a few times of caring too much and thinking too much about shit. And this was a really good book to the opposite side of that, just kind of letting go and following whatever life's thrown at you, especially if it feels uncomfortable.
That's great. That goes right along with the book that I was fixing to recommend, which is The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes.
Oh yeah, that one. That's a good one.
Freaking, so Shonda Rhimes, she does Grey's Anatomies and all those series and stuff, but you get to hear her story in the year she decided to say yes and all the things that happened to it. It was a pretty cool read.
A movie about that? Yes Man, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Just to stack on what Bernie was saying about being kind of in the moment and everything, it takes us a while to kind of figure that part out. But what's really, I think, comforting is what Potter said when we had the summit. Everyone is where they're supposed to be right now at this minute. And it's true, right? You're supposed to be here. We're all supposed to be here right now. And if you think about that, it's like pretty cool. I think it's kind of relaxing a little bit. Maybe it's just the Fall River crazy in me. I don't know, but I just feel like
Fall River crazy as opposed to any other kind of crazy.
Yeah, I kind of think that Fall River crazy is a real thing. I mean, that's a statement. That's a statement. Any other books?
I'll put one more in. I love and read every single year Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. And it's all about just finding the magic in the real world and creativity and not kind of keeping yourself in a box and just exploring what's out there. And she tells a really cool story about how creativity and creative ideas are out there in the universe, but you have to be open to them and willing to accept them when they come your way. And just how sometimes we close ourselves off to new ideas and new things. So I actually read that book and reread that book once a year in January as a way to kind of start my year with this idea of being open to whatever the year has to throw at me.
Wait, do you read it, or does like Matt like read it for you, like out loud?
I mean, he reads it and then just gives me a summary.
Okay.
I can understand it, right? Because I'm not going to take the time.
Donnie, if we have
welcome to the family, Nicole.
Gotcha.
I did totally not mean to cut you off, Nicole. I really was not trying to cut you off.
No, he didn't, Nicole. He's got a mark up there with your name on it. And he was waiting for
He
it.
does. He was just excited.
it's like that hook that on the Carol Burnett show.
Right?
We'll take you off the screen.
What were you gonna say, Nicole?
Oh, I was gonna say I had one more book.
Oh, bring it. Go ahead.
Clara Capano's The Mother of All Success Manuals. And I'm saying this because it really made me realize to get rid of the shit that doesn't serve me anymore. Like, why am I holding on to this? Why am I paying for this? It's not about being nice. It's about what serves me in my business. That's what I need to be focusing on. Get rid of all the other shit. And it was like a big burden, like off my shoulders. So that was my biggest takeaway from that book. And she's amazing.
Love that. Claire's an amazing person. I really like her. So Keith finally got a better hat on. So was this outfit?
Very nice.
What we supposed to do? Outfit changes when we change segments now?
Oh shit! I should have brought the extra shirts.
Amazing girlfriend got me this hat with the Texas Rangers World Series champions, and I thought I'd wear
He
it on
doesn't
there.
look the same with the hat that way. He needs to turn that around.
What she's saying is you currently look like shit.
Oh,
No, it doesn't.
oh, there it is.
It doesn't seem like it's Keith unless the hat is backwards. So like he had the hat.
There you go.
That's
There he is.
okay,
Now
good.
he's back.
No, my forehead's too big. It looks like I'm bald.
It is. Fun fact: his girlfriend is legally completely blind. She can't see at all.
She's only blind in one eye. She just can't see out the other one.
That's the only reason she's dating him.
Probably gonna get slapped after this. It's all right.
Yep. So,
Well,
hey, listen, I got to use the gifts that people I find. And so that's the only chance I had. She also has very small hands.
You missed, Keith. You should have said that earlier in our segment today. Would have went in with what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that vernacular stuff would have.
Wow.
Yeah, look at Donnie. He doesn't have to go for a walk today. He's already exhausted from this.
Right? And I have a pain in my vernacular.
Yeah.
I had to go back up and find the comment.
I love that.
So what's something from your childhood that we don't know about you? So what's something that doesn't get shared out there in public very often that people would not know about you?
Ooh, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Who are you asking?
All of us.
Everybody. So in the 4th grade, I won the spelling bee for our
That's his
entire
girlfriend. She said former girlfriend.
That's funny. Oh, thanks. You guys are helping me out so much. Thanks.
Okay, so real quick, Keith's first wife's name was Kyra. His second wife's name is Kim. He's now dating a Kim, so Kim's been nicknamed K3.
K3. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So, that happened. So in the 4th grade, I won the spelling bee for the entire elementary school, which is 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. And I got to go
you have to spell vernacular.
You know what? That was not on the test. So I'm all excited. I go to the big county thing for the spelling bee, and the first word they gave me in the first round is jealous. I'm like, oh, such an easy word. And I said GEALOUS.
Oh no!
I was so nervous in front of like 600 people and 50 people behind me, like on stage and stuff. I'm like, I went out in the first round on jealous. I'm like, oh my
God.
Wow. Happens to the best of us, Keith. You know.
I know, right? Little 4th grade me was crying.
He's still crying. Don't let him fool you. So I had a teddy bear named Buffalo Bill. Dad, Mom and I had the same birthday, and Dad was late getting home for our birthday. So I remember he snuck in the room and he gave me a teddy bear as the present. And Dad later on, like a year or two, so the year after that, he had taken Scott and Keith on a trip in a truck. Dad was over the road truck driver at this point, and I was always pissed that he took Scott and Keith and I could never go on the freaking ride with him. So one day we're going to see him off on a next 4-day trip, and Dad looks at me and goes, "You want to jump in the truck?" And I said, "No, I don't have Buffalo Bill, so I can't go." In which Mom produces Buffalo Bill, hands him to me. We go to the truck, and then Dad and I went cross country through Colorado. We got to see Buffalo Bill's grave. It was a really, really cool experience.
I still cried the entire way because of the snowstorm.
That was on the way home.
That was on the way home. Mommy.
So that's real though. On the way home, we had a horrible snowstorm, and we were in an empty truck. And we couldn't get home. So Dad finally talked another semi that was loaded down to drive. And we drove alongside them so the wind wouldn't blow us off the road the entire time. We drove from most of Colorado to get back to Kansas at that point.
Yeah, when we were younger, my older brother and I had a week off from Donnie one time. And it was the most amazing week of our life.
Ditto.
So when I was, I don't remember how old, but young, I got to.
So a long time ago.
A long time ago. So long. Yes. Back when dirt was invented.
Dirt was white.
I got to perform with the Beach Boys.
Oh, did you really?
What?
Yeah. So I got to meet all of the Beach Boys, and I got to dance on stage with them. And it was
How'd that happen?
Cool experience. I don't know. I was young. I don't remember how it happened, but there it was. But it was fun, and it's something that like I have video of, and I have a picture where they all like signed, and that's really cool. So I love the Beach Boys and have ever since. So
do you think that had something to do with you wanting to be on stages and doing your acting and all that stuff?
Oh, I've been on stage since I was 18 months years old. As I always say, 18 months years old. I have been on stage since before I was 2, and yes, I love it, and will always be on stage. And I will.
Why were you on stage at 18 months?
I danced, and so I was on stages dancing.
Keith couldn't even walk at 18 months.
Well, yeah.
19 and a half, though. I was close.
Close.
Years.
19 and a half years old.
Just a slow learner. Just a slow learner. You gotta
that was also a slow burn, right? Charlie just threw it out there, and the rest of us were like, "Oh, wait."
You gotta slow the vernacular down for me.
Boy, I do not feel this energy today. Is all I can say.
Oh. I started answering the phone when I was 2 years old. The phone was a desktop model. The receiver was probably as big as my head because I have pictures to prove it. And I remember my mother calling my grandmother's. So me and my grandmother, we were like very tight. And
you have to call the operator first. Say, hey,
no, it was a dial though. It was a rotary.
Oh, okay. Right.
So I remember a lot of times with my grandmother, but the memory that sticks in my head the most is when I was 5 years old. I would go to work with her, and she was a secretary. And I used to have a desk right on the side of her. I used to have my own phone and a typewriter, and she would send me on errands all throughout this, errands. Did I say that right? Errands. She would send us on errands all throughout the nursing home that she worked in.
Like
and
Aaron Brockovich?
No, not like that. But no, I was like a little errand girl, and it was so much fun, and I loved it. And I think that a lot of that kind of being in an office environment with the phone and all that stuff is the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Like, you know what I mean?
That's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah. So for me, it's actually continued on to my adult life. I hate Thanksgiving, believe it or not.
Oh.
Yeah. My birthday is November 23rd. And so every 6 years, it falls on Thanksgiving.
Oh, it does this year.
It does indeed. It does indeed. So literally my entire life, my family has had to make 2 dinners for Thanksgiving because I won't eat that crap. I don't eat turkey. I don't eat stuffing. None of it.
He's like,
my family would tell you go get fucked.
Exactly right.
Cook your own shit.
timer too. So it's
Wow. Well, happy early birthday. Bernie.
Yes, happy
Thank you very much.
birthday.
Happy Turkey Day, Bernie.
hey.
All right, happy Thanksgiving, motherfucker.
Actually, I've had one turkey dinner that I did like, and that was a fried turkey. Deep fried turkey
yeah.
is
Fried
phenomenal,
turkey.
really good.
Yeah.
But I've never had a good
I'm
roast.
doing one in the infrared tomorrow.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, freaking awesome. The infrared's better than I mean, it tastes a little bit better than the oil, but it's so much safer doing it in the infrared.
Oh, it's so
versus
much easier too.
Yeah.
No mess.
What is that?
So it works just like a turkey fryer, but it's done
Okay.
infrared cooking, kind of like a air fryer almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, until you
But,
can do
but
a
it looks
whole
like a
turkey.
giant turkey front. It looks the same, just no oil.
Oh wow.
So,
That's-
yeah, they're
that's
really
out.
cool. They're really cool.
Less chance of explosion, boys.
Yes.
Yes. True.
Well, it's Rotary Farm, right?
Well,
So
It's just like, well, in our family.
yeah, it's kind of a gray area. We can make anything explode.
yeah. Lock us all Boivin boys in a room with nothing but a brass ball bearing and flat walls and nothing else.
We'll get out.
We're gonna
Really
break
good.
something.
Yeah.
We'll get out.
Yeah. So, what you got coming up for trainings and workshops and theaters and everything, Miss Stevie?
Well, we move into the theater this weekend, right after Bernie's birthday, where we will be performing Mama Knows Best starting December 1st through the 10th. 2 weekends of shows. It's funny. It's going to be a blast. Come and see Donnie and Keith on the first Saturday.
First Saturday. Well, you'll see Keith play a tree.
Wow. That's so nice.
Oh,
That's
my She's so excited for you.
The problem is I'm going to make everybody act like a tree and leave.
No.
But bump. Wow.
There we go.
So this week, tomorrow night in training, I'm teaching an entire ChatGPT and sales class. So how to take ChatGPT, dial it in, get your sales rocking and rolling. So that'll be a lot of fun to teach that one. But it's gonna be a fairly short week for most everybody. With everything coming up through the holidays and stuff. Anybody going anywhere for the holidays? You staying at the house?
Staying home.
Staying home.
I'm actually flying out after Thanksgiving to go meet with one of my clients, and I'm really excited about it.
Very cool.
Where are you going?
Minnesota.
Oh.
Wait, somebody's excited about going to Minnesota?
I know. I was like, oh.
And that's where the
I
Mall of
was going to
America
say
is.
something fun.
The Mall of America's in Minnesota.
Well, that's true.
It's the largest mall of the whole country, right?
It's
Yeah.
the mall.
Fun.
Once you've seen them, you've seen
Except
them
the
all.
problem with the Mall of America, and you'll learn when you get there, like they have Foot Locker 6 times, and they have like Subway sandwich store like 8 times. Like it's the
They
same
don't have
shit
all
over and over
unique
and over.
stores. It's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's very,
duplication.
it's very
All right,
redundant.
well, it's an experience, right?
You'll still have a
Yeah.
good time. I promise.
Yeah.
You can go to Snoopy Land in the middle. They got that theme park in the middle. That's kind of cool.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
All
I'll
right.
be sitting right here. But you guys go have a badass week. Nicole, thanks so much for joining us and
Yeah,
hanging
thanks.
Yeah,
out.
thanks for coming on, Nicole.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Thanks, Nicole.
hospitality.
Right? Y'all be good. Love you, mean it. And we'll
Bye.
see ya. Bye. And if I can hit the button.